All right, y'all. So the streaming world is getting real weird. All right, it's a whole lot of AI stuff going on. It's a whole lot of streaming fraud cases out here. And this one case is an example, a great example of why you guys should be investing your time, your effort into really promoting and marketing yourself on Spotify. All right, before we get into anything, make sure y'all like the video up, make sure y'all sub up, make sure you comment below what you think. All right, but today we're going to be talking about a Spotify fraud case that is going on right now, and it's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy. But I'm bringing this up because basically the whole point of this video is to let y'all know why you should be investing your time and your effort into Spotify versus, other platforms. Now, of course, you want to cast your net wide and far. You want to invest in all of the platforms that you can. You want to upload your music, distribute it to all of the platforms, but there is certain platforms that are better than others, and it's for a real reason. And Spotify it's got to be the number one. It's got to be the number one for you in terms of what you're putting your effort in. And the reason I say this is because Spotify is the most legit. It's 100% the most legit music platform when it comes to real streaming data, real analytics, real growth, and real fan bases. So basically what's going on is the U.S. Department of Justice charged North Carolina resident Michael Smith with 3 felony counts in connection with a scheme to create hundreds of thousands of songs with artificial intelligence and use automated programs called bots to stream the AI generated songs billions of times. All right, so basically he was finessing. All right, he thought that he could just make an AI song, have the bots stream the AI songs, and then make all this money with it. You can't do that, bro. The U.S. Attorney's Office alleged that Smith fraudulently obtained more than $10 million in royalty payments through his scheme between 2017 and 2024. To be honest, him doing this in 2017 is kind of like, he was kind of ahead of the game. I think the AI stuff kind of started becoming more of a thing in recent years, maybe like the last 1 or 2 years. He was doing this in 2017. He was kind of ahead of the game. I ain't gonna lie. He get my respect for that just a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. They're basically saying that he faces charges of wire fraud conspiracy, money laundering conspiracy, and they all have charges that are maximum 20 years. All 3 of those. So that's a maximum 60 years what they're talking about, right? This is kind of crazy to me because just off of reading it, just off of my point of view perspective, I think the only issue was the bots, right? Like, I don't think the AI songs should be much of an issue, but I don't know if legally AI song creation is a problem. I know it's a problem when you're using like the vocals of the Drake AI situation that happened and stuff like that. But in terms of I don't know if it's not like an actual music artist voice training thing. Is it illegal? I don't know. However, this is where Spotify comes into effect, and this is pretty much where we're talking about in this video, right? So in the indictment, they refer to streaming service 1 as Spotify, okay? And this is based upon the wording of the terms of service on streaming platform 1 that's in the indictment. So remember, we said it, this started in 2017, this little scheme he was cooking up. In March of 2019, streaming service 1, which is Spotify, actually contacted a music distribution company and let them know, hey, we think this guy fraud, basically. Now, mind you, so this is March of 2019. Now, if y'all know how royalties and music collection kind of works. If you know, if you don't know, pretty much if you drop a song in 2017, let's say the last quarter of 2017, then you're not going to see the royalties or any collections or any accumulations of that until the next year. So Spotify catching on to it in March of 2019 isn't too, it's kind of late maybe, but you have to realize that it probably pinged or like alerted them because they said what, $10 million he was making off of this stuff. They probably like, hold up, we paying a lot of money to somebody and we ain't never even heard of who this is. Like, who is this person? Who is this AI song person? Who is this? So the crazy thing about it is him using the bots and it being AI was super suspect. He honestly did this to himself, because why would you use the bots and try to generate $10 million? They said even more than 10 million. So over $10 million worth of royalties. That's a lot of plays and streams. Okay. But apparently, based on the ratings, Spotify was the first company to say something about this. They were the first platform to say, like, hold on, something ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? And a statement from Spotify actually came out in the news, pretty much saying Spotify invests heavily in automated and manual reviews to prevent, detect, and mitigate the impact of artificial streaming on our platform. All right, now, of course, this comes into play with us because as creators, as artists, we want to make sure that we're getting what we deserve and we're not getting overshadowed and drowned out by someone using AI created songs and bots to end up getting more plays and all type of stuff from us. You know what I'm saying? Spotify even takes things a step further because they also teamed up with fellow streaming platforms like Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and also distribution companies like Believe, Empire, DistroKid, and United Masters to form Music Rights Fraud, which is pretty much a team. Like, let's just say the Avengers got together to say, yo, these music fraud people they tripping, like these bots gotta go, these money laundering, all these conspiracies gotta go. So I bring up this situation to bring it to y'all because not only is this important for us, but it's important for the entire landscape of the music industry, because if a platform like Spotify is going super hard against bots and fraud activity, you know that on the flip side, not every platform is doing that. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I see a lot of people on stuff like Apple Music and stuff like that, and their numbers don't make sense, or their popular songs don't make sense. But when you look at it from the consumer side, just on the Apple Music app, it's difficult to see. You go on Spotify, you see everyone's numbers, the countries, the cities who listen to them, the about pages, descriptions, all of that. And I think even that difference in the UI shows how hard Spotify goes for the creators versus other, platforms. Now I'm saying Apple Music because it's pretty much those two in terms of the two biggest, but there are so many other streaming services that you have to cast your net far and wide, like I said earlier. But that's on the distribution side. With distribution, you should always try to drop your music everywhere, right? But when it comes to marketing, promotion, and the focus, I think you should focus on Spotify, and also even a platform like SoundCloud is still good. It's not dead. Some people think SoundCloud is dead. SoundCloud is not dead. SoundCloud might not go nowhere ever because they continue to innovate and change and do certain things. So yes, from experience, from other people's experience, from reading, I always tell people, make sure y'all invest your time and effort when it comes to marketing in Spotify for the most part, because that's where your fans are going to come from. Everything else is going to be filler and help out, visuals from YouTube. SoundCloud has great algorithm things that they can do, and then playlisting on any platform, including Apple Music, is always great. But Spotify, it continues to be the leader in terms of where you should invest your time, your money, and your effort to for a music creator or any type of creator you're doing in terms of audio. Spotify is the way to go, bro. And their algorithm is very good. It's probably the best algorithm I've ever seen, ever. No lie. But yes, that's it for this video. All right, make sure y'all like up, sub up, comment. I'm out though, you did.